I need you to hear this, fathers and men, because just as I am, Abraham made some mistakes. This was one of my messages I was going to go to. One was Ishmael. But yet, God promised him. In Romans 8:18 and 20, it said, when God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations, Abraham believed him. And God had also said, your descendants will be as numerous as the stars, even though such a promise seemed utterly impossible. And Abram's faith did not weaken, even though he knew that he was too old to be a father at the age of 100, and that Sarah, his wife, had never been able to have children. Abraham, I want you to hear, never wavered in believing God's promise. In fact, his faith grew stronger, and in him, he brought God the glory. Need you to hear this, and I'm going to pray. Because Abram, hear fathers, hear this men, just as I am, because Abram did not waver or stagger at the promise. Every man in here needs to know that God has a promise for you, regardless of where you messed up or got jacked up or derailed. He has not changed his mind. He even had a child that God didn't ordain, but God had not changed his mind. Hear me. Abram confessed in Genesis 17 and 5. He said, what more? I am changing your name. He said to Abram, your name will no longer be Abram, but it will be Abraham, for you will be the father to many nations. Now, if you don't feel like a daddy, that's something else. But I'm here to tell you, God said it ain't got nothing to do with where you feel. I have now pronounced you daddy, and you are a father, and if you hold on to that, you'll walk in it. Now watch this. Watch this. Abraham means father of many. Now he is 99 years old, and he begins to confess the name of God, the name God gave him, father of many nations. Every day he'd get up and didn't have a child, but I'm father of many nations. Every day he'd get up, he remember, I'm old, but I'm father of many nations. Every day he would get up and know that his wife, Sarah, was old and had not brought forth a child, but he would say what God said, I am father of many nations. He confessed that for 12 months. I am Abraham. And despite what others called him, he called himself blessed. Despite what others referred to him as, he called himself father of many nations. He called himself as what God said he was. What are you confessing, daddies? What are you confessing, men? Isaac was born when Abram was 99 and Sarah was 90. Hear me. God told him that he would bless him and make his name great. That means prosperity. God changed Abram to a great name, which means, men, if you ain't got a penny, you need to confess I'm prospering. You need to confess I'm wealthy. And if you don't see it, you keep confessing it. And if you keep confessing it, God will manifest it. You got to believe regardless of what anybody says. I am a man, and you got to take me as I am. I'm not perfect and I make mistakes, but bless God, I'm going to confess myself into the will, into the power, into the grace, into the prosperity, into the wisdom, into the peace, into the power, into his grace, strength, and might. It ain't over until it's over, and it still ain't over. Watch this. Watch this.